It's Dragon Source, sexiest man alive, alien slayer, demon slayer, superhero. And we're live on New Earth. Let's go. So, going for a cruise into the sunset. It's going to be a poetic video. Till I don't care to wear a seatbelt. That's how strong my faith is. Nothing bad is going to happen to me. It's an art form getting out of this driveway. So, where are we going, Dragon? To infinity and beyond, of course. Kind of at the tail end of the golden hour here. You know that's when Dragon always comes in clutch, right at the tail end. Poetry in motion. That's what my life is. That's what your life is. That's what life should be. It's poetry in motion. So everything is just one cosmic ocean. Everything is just one thing expressed in infinite forms. Well, that's kind of a lie, actually. It's two things. Everything is just an expression of one or of two things. I've come to the conclusion that there is two entities responsible for generating all life. One of them is parasitic, one of them is life-giving. There is the source of all life, all inspiration, all creativity, peace, love. And then there is chaos, which is what happens when something is away from the source. Now, the darkness did not create the light. People in the New Age like to think, oh, there was just this black sea of awareness or non-awareness, just dark, cosmic, infinite space, and there was just this little speck in there that came from nowhere, and then boom, big bang, and now it's light. It's light out of the darkness. You see that we should all be comfortable in the darkness because everything came from the darkness. Wrong. Wrong. Everything did not come from the darkness. There was just the light, the infinite, eternal now, the glory of creation. And the light did not create the darkness. What happened, this is the fall of man. Well, really it happened before even man. The fall of the universe, the darkness. I gotta show you guys this view real quick, it's beautiful. The darkness is its own creation. The darkness, the light did not create the darkness. So what created the darkness then? That's the fall. Okay, that is the light deciding that it wants to do its own thing and rebel against the overarching order of creation. Right? This is an even better view. So that's the story of Lucifer. This entity got very prideful, wanted to rebel, have its own mini universe. It wanted to play God, basically. And in doing so, it had to cut itself off from the overall creator or source so that it could lord over its sub-creations, right? So in order for it to play God like it was the highest thing and better than everything else, it had to break away from the actual source and create its own version of reality, its own matrix. right? I mean, this is basically the story of the demiurge or Lucifer. And out of that, you can create, I mean, time isn't real. There's infinite, like, there's infinite time. You don't think that in infinite time, this being could perfect copying the creator's light, the creator's creation? Like, it's basically learning to mimic the creator. Like, all right, I lost access to the source, so now I have to parasitize off the source's creations to have my own energy, so I can keep on creating my own matrices. You don't think it could perfect this art form over millions or billions of years of creating matrices, copying light codes from the source? Except it lost connection to the source, so it can never perfectly replicate the source. Always going to be a slight crack in its matrix and its coding system. Always going to be some sort of deja vu, some sort of black cat that crosses your path. Okay? It cannot perfectly mimic the light. It tries to, but it can't do it. So, the two forces, there's a source, and then there's the group of entities known as the darkness that, like Lucifer, broke off from the source and basically became their own entity of darkness, fully detached from the source. But still, they came from the source originally, but they have essentially broke off into their own entity, which for simplistic purposes we will call the chaos entity. It's self-destructive, it's parasitic. And this chaos entity has infected the human race, most people irreparably, given them mind control, mind energy. The source didn't create mind energy. What is mind energy exactly? Well, you can correlate it more with the left brain, time, words, sequencing, like timelines, logic, basically like trying to there's no heart in it. There's no love in it. It just tries to dissect everything and plan. It's out of the moment, it's out of the divine spark of creation. So this thing has infected the mind of man. In shamanism, they call it the parasite. And this force of chaos has infected mankind so deeply in the age of the Kali Yuga that we're in. I mean, what's cool now is self-destruction. Look around. Look at what's popular in the media. What's cool now is depression and self-destruction. People going against their own selves, their own race, like their own kin. That's what's cool. Betrayal. Betraying yourself. How would that be popular unless the collective mind has been irreversibly infected with chaos energy? Hmm? So this is what I'm about, is getting back to the source, because nothing else in life, in existence, even matters. Once you realize, like, oh shit, this whole reality has been hijacked by a demonic force, and it's not just the external world, it's my own internal world, the own wiring in my body, my genetics, my mind. Like, oh fuck. I'm living in a matrix designed to extract my energy that operates internally and externally, because we're living under a false god, a false light source that broke away from the creator because it wanted to experience playing God or detachment or separation. And this thing gives all the New Age truth seekers a bunch of lies in order to pacify their overactive, overthinking minds, So to justify the current state of affairs, right? There's this whole thing in Zen. I won't feel fucked anymore if I just accept the fact that I'm completely fucked and there's nothing I can do about it. That's basically Zen in one sentence. Except you're not fucked right now because you're living in monumental times, the great shift. No, it has nothing to do with raising your vibration and fucking crystals and singing kumbaya. No, it has to do with effectively the modern Jesus coming back, Ron Amatron to the creation light ship, light being giving people a ladder back to source energy. What else? 2014, there was the new Earth Spirit got put in place, and now we have access to new frequencies, new energies. This whole planet is shifting now. The Great Divide is happening. Okay, where most people are basically going into Omega Hell, and then those who are in harmonic resonance with the new Earth Spirit can adapt, can resonate with the new energy of peace, source energy. Okay, now you have the opportunity to live in a new heaven space. But how do you do that living among parasitic entities, chaos entities who are self-destructive and propagating destruction on everything around them? It's very difficult. It's like a separation that must happen. And every day the race is collectively having more and more pressure put on it to make up their own mind. You don't think you're a chaos entity, huh? Yeah, unless you're a complete clone, which maybe some of you are. Probably no one watching this far in the video would be a complete clone, but unless you're a complete clone, you still have spirit in you. You still have a spark of source energy. But what is everything else filling out the vessel? What is everything else in your mind? Hmm? Are you self-destructive? Are you self-sabotaging? Do you believe the New Age lies? Oh, there had to be duality, so that God could know itself. And we had to go through all this suffering and evil so we could just appreciate the light more. Bullshit. Bullshit. There didn't have to be any suffering and evil. It's just the result of the fall of man, which was eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is what? Judgment, duality, polarization. You're no longer at one. You're no longer at peace. That's the fall of man. Thinking itself, getting lost in your mind. Are you going to doubt me that I know what I'm talking about? Are you going to listen to all these new age fucktards that can't point you to the actual source? Go to creationlightship.com. Listen to the radio archives. Listen to me breaking down how all that works in an easily digestible format as someone who has cleared out literally every energy body he has in this current lifetime. Find someone more clearer than me. You can't do it. Who are you following? Why? They don't have the sauce. They don't have the light. Look in my eyes. Are you following someone who's just trying to lube you up to spread you